Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. And in this video, I'm going to be doing some pulls for Gladiolus, LD and EX weapons. I guess I could call him Gladio. So the big man himself is here, a new tank for a new era. The King's Shield from Final Fantasy 15, and yeah, I am going to be going all in for this until I get his stuff because I can't live without it. He's a Swiss Army knife of every kind of utility, almost, in this game. Like, he's a tank, he's a battery, he's a healer, he's an aura support. He does a lot of damage to say that he's a tank because of all his counterattacks. He debuffs enemies when he counters. Really, there's almost not a single team that you can put him in that he won't make better just by doing there, unless you're doing something like Lightning and a Mid-Italian and you're not getting the enemies, you're not letting the enemies get any turns. Then he's not going to be that useful because pretty much he needs to build up his stacks by letting the enemy take turns, and he needs to do counterattacks. So you know, but apart from that, yeah, he's incredibly powerful, and there's a lot of hype for him, and for good reason. Now, I did play Final Fantasy 15, but by no means did I complete it. I certainly didn't see it through to the end, although I do know what happens. And I do have to say that from what I played, Gladio's not really one of my favourite characters from the main cast. It's really hard for me to say who is because I like all of them, but I think I warmed up to Ignis quite a lot. And Prompto was kind of endearing, you know, when you kind of discover his backstory and everything. But yeah, I like all the guys pretty much. Although this is definitely much more of an Opera Omnia pull than a character love pull. I still have a lot of love for Gladio, and I did play episode Gladiolus, and he is an absolute badass in that. And the soundtrack is fucking amazing, and you damn well bet I'm going to be letting that play out during the actual Luvenia when I record that. But anyway. So I have here 563 tickets. Yes, I did have more of them, but I did do some pulls for Gao off camera, and I ended up going a lot further than I really initially intended to. I spent like just over 200 tickets for Gao. Thankfully, I managed to get his stuff, so he's kind of stashed away for a rainy day. But I am aware I cannot keep pulling on every banner and expect not to commit resource suicide. So I'm going to hope that Gladio's going to be really kind to me this time. But either way, we're going to find out. So let's do it. Man, it's so crazy to be pulling on so many banners lately. Like back during the Cosmos era, and even during the pre-Cosmos era, during the EX era, I swear, I could pull Beatrix, and you can have Lael with his 35, and Ketshi, and Selfie, and you could just get away with not pulling anything. I skipped so many characters, and I pulled so many characters that I didn't need. Okay, 35, excellent. So we can. I can save my tokens. That's good. I've been using a few weapon tokens recently. I've actually been using them to MLB my 15 CPs, just so I don't burn out on Power Stones, because I have a lot of EXs, like base level EXs that I want to be able to throw books at. So I've been using my Power Stones to MLB the EX weapons. So if I have 15 CP sitting around, and I'm not going to be pulling on a banner with those characters for some time, I do kind of just throw a bunch of power tokens at the 15s, because they're only 10 each, right? So I'll just max out the 15 and save myself some stones that way, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, so that's something I've been doing. But yeah, pulling on all these banners, man, even beforehand I pulled on more banners than was necessary during Cosmos, but it was still I'd still only maybe pull on 50% of them. Yeah, I'll have some of that. Yeah, please keep throwing me Gladio weapons. But now it's kind of I'm literally pulling on everything, and they have increased the amount of resources that they give you, because they know that pulls are going to be more frequent. But I'm really wondering how long this can last. I do have a formidable stash of resources, most of which is free, and a certain portion of which is actually paid for gems. But those have just kind of accumulated in the background because I haven't in a long time got far enough down to have to spend my paid gems, so we have just had the summon board, so I do have a metric foot ton of tickets. I have substantially less now that I threw them at Gao, but yeah, I'm really wondering what like how long this is gonna last into the future, because from what I can see, there's no sort of slowing down. Maybe Square Enix will get ooh, it's a gold orb. Ooh, what's this gonna be? Ooh, LD, LD, LD. That's a Vaniax. That's not really. Okay, yep, you're on this banner too. Of course you are. Oh, of course, the sphere. Yeah, okay, I'm not too mad at that. Yeah, in a distant future, when I'm able to MLB EXs for the sake of duplicate spheres, which is probably not that far away now that we're in Lufenia, and I'm not going to be spending quite as many bucks and ingots on weapons I need, like new characters, because the character release is slowed down. Yeah, I'm not too mad about a duplicate Vayne. His sphere is pretty good. Although I definitely don't need your 15. Go away. If you're going to give me 15s and 35s, give me Gladio weapons. I've forgotten what I was talking about. Yeah. So anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, that's right. The whole pulling situation. So I guess we'll see, won't we? Really? I guess we'll just see how it goes. Even to this day in JP. I want to pull on most banners, but there'll be some times that come around that I'll be able to take a break. Like actually for Lightning's banners, I'm really thinking about potentially not pulling either of them. I mean, who does Lightning come with again? Like she comes with Reno as the new character. Oh, I'll have another one of those. Yeah, thanks. Oh, and she comes with Camlanort. That's right. I remember. Another Vayne EX into Vayne 15. Vayne seems to be like giving me a lot of love, but I could really do with something Gladio-y. Yeah, so I'm not really probably going to be using Camlanort at least until he gets his LD boards, and that is presuming I pull his weapon when he does get his boards. So I'm thinking about skipping Camlanort, and then we have Reno. And I would only be pulling Reno for character love reasons, because I have discovered, which I didn't initially know for some reason, that he does not have any auras. He is actually more of like a selfish DPS character, which I did not know about. And you know me, I like my characters with auras. Like even during the burst era, where you can get away with having like two attackers on the team because like auras in general are that much stronger, and you've got like overlapping burst effects, so you can definitely do that kind of thing, you know, like in the future with like Garland and Tifa on the same team and stuff like that, or even like Aranea and Emperor and Kryl together, and you know, stuff like that, super offensive teams, you can do that. But I generally like to stick to one like main attacker and like two kind of supports or semi-supports. Like Kuja's great because you can throw him pretty much anywhere, because he's like a hybrid, because he's got his holy enchant, but he's got like huge attack aura as well. Or well, it's not huge, but it's pretty good. You know, it's stronger than it used to be. So you can do that. So for Reno, I don't know, because I wouldn't want to use him on his own. Why would I use Reno on his own when I can use Lightning? And the most use I would probably get out of Reno is using him as a debuff like stick for Lightning, because his like Reno's Lightning in Peril is framed. But you don't need his LD for that, and you don't even need his EX for that, because he won't get his LD call ability until he gets his LD boards, which will only happen when his Lost Chapter rolls around, right? And the only call ability he'll have before then is like one of his skills. I don't know if it's his 15 or his 35 skill, but as long as you have him at you have him at 80 out of 80, and you have his 15 or his 35, you'll get the effect of the debuff. So I'm probably just going to skip Reno completely, and just like use Power Stones for his weapon that I need for the LD call ability, and I mean for the regular call ability, and just use him on Lightning like that. Anyway, what's this going to be? Go on, LD, 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 LD. That's a Sabin EX. I didn't have it before, so I'm not completely mad, but definitely not what I wanted. Let's keep going. We are almost 100 tickets deep at this point, and we have yet to see any sign of... I was going to say Gladio's 15, but there it is. Okay, so we just need the EX and the LD now, and I've got a stinking feeling this is going to be one of those banners where things don't necessarily go to plan. But funnily enough, every time I say that, something good, like, often happens. So maybe I'll kind of trick it in some reverse psychology, like, oh, I'm gonna end up spending 400 tickets for Gladio stuff, you know, or I'm gonna get Kuja burst dupes along the way, and I'm not gonna get any Gladio weapons. So, yeah, that would be shit. Okay, game? Okay? You, yeah, you wanna take the hint? Oh! Are we about to see immediate results? I mean, yes, but not the kind of results I was hoping for. Okay, that's enough Vein Spheres. I don't care that much about spheres. I'm not gonna be duping this many. I'm not gonna be bucking this many dupe EXs, dude. I want fucking Gladio's LD and EX. Just let me have it, please. So this is exactly why I should have saved my resources for this banner and just done gem pulls for Gladio's LD and Kuja's like burst. And I should just have gone all in on this banner. But come on, it's Kuja, dude. There was no way I could just not spend on the first banner. That is just not realistic. Lightning I'm not as sure about. Lightning, I might be able to resist temptation, but even if I don't pity Lightning's LD and burst on the first banner, like what of the other two banners would I even go in with on gems? You know, because I kind of want to skip both of them, Camlanaut and Reno. And I've been thinking, like, for Camlanaut's event, I would kind of like to use Eldnash. Oh shit, it's a gold orb. Okay, good. I'm liking the gold orbs. We've got to get lucky eventually, right? I mean, maybe not this time, but come on, you're giving us this many golds. You would think at some point we're going to see some good results. Maybe? Possibly? Is that too optimistic? Yeah, but I think it would be really thematically appropriate if we had Eldnash on Camlanaut's event, because, I mean, I've not played Final Fantasy XI, right? But it seems fitting, somehow, that would be, like, a thing that we do. And it also seems kind of cool that I think the Luffy orb condition for that fight is to have the bosses skip their turns, and the Terror debuff can literally make them skip their turns for the entire fight. So it's kind of like he works well on the actual thing too. So that, you know, that fits quite well. But we'll see if it's possible. I mean, I don't know how bad bravery damage reduction is going to cook his output, so we'll just have to see what it's like when we get there. But if I bring like Saz and Kuja or something like that, it's not going to be that terrible, is it? Or like Saz and Desh, for example. Okay. Okay, what's this? Oh, fuck off, Vayne. I've got too many of your EX now. Way too many. How many is that? Is that like my 5th one or something? Like, I've literally, like, I'm losing count. Alright. So, at this point, I am going to do the old classic trick where I am going to skip ahead to the next gold orb that I get, and we are going to see what is in there. And I'm probably going to add to my bloody Vayne EX collection if past results are anything to go by. So I will catch you all then. Oh my god, finally a gold orb. Please don't let me down. Come on. Okay, good. It's his EX. Alright. So we're still looking for the LD, but we've got the EX. Oh my god. If I sound a little bit deflated, it's because I am currently on 334 tickets. I have spent over 100 and something tickets without seeing any kind of gold orb. And have come to the stark realization that my ticket supply is dwindling extremely quickly. So it seems that what I was talking about earlier on is already coming to fruition. But given how good my luck has been recently, I guess it was only to be expected that I was going to hit stumbling blocks sooner or later. And just thankfully I do still have several hundred tickets. to bear the strain. I could quite easily lose them all if I'm extremely unlucky and just keep going. And yeah, no matter how lucky you've been recently, it's a little bit disheartening to see these kinds of results not quite go to plan. But I haven't spent 300 yet. Like, as long as I can get this within the 300 ticket threshold, I'll not be too pissed off. So I've got about maybe like 50 to spend before I start to be like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. Well, I'm kind of getting that way already. I just want the pulls to be over. I mean, I've got a lot of stabbing weapons, so that's some nice power stones, I guess. But yeah, I've seen enough from this banner. I just want the LD. I just want to go. Let's pack up and leave. You know, don't keep me here for another 300. That would just be shit. You know, I'll get down to 300 remaining and I'll do like a YOLO multi or something. Like, I didn't want to spend any gems if I can help it, but I guess I'm losing patience a little bit, maybe? Okay, well, we'll get to the next gold weapon. I don't mean like gold orb, I mean gold weapon. We'll get to the next gold and then I'll throw a YOLO. Okay, there we go. Yeah, whatever. I'll throw a fucking 5k at it. There we go. See what happens here. I'd have laughed if it would have been a burst orb. Okay, come on. Surprise me, what are we getting? Come on. Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? Fucking no different from the tickets. Alright, let's go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's gonna be one of those. Alright. Yeah, you don't need to see my sorry ass spamming all of these tickets. Let's just skip ahead again. Oh shit, okay. Already? A gold orb? Come on, LD? LD? Come on? Ah! Fuck. Alright, I guess not. Alright, on to the next one. Oh shit, okay, okay, gold orb, okay. Alright, what's it gonna be? Come on. Couldn't it have been couldn't it even have been like a Gladio weapon? Couldn't it have been even if it's not the LD, couldn't it just have been a Gladio EX? Come on. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I'm really starting to get a little bit drained now. It's been over 300 tickets, so it would seem that the gods of karma have come to claim their dues from my recent success. So I noticed I was getting some dislikes on my other pill videos. I don't know if that was just because people were salty, or whether it was because the volume levels were shit, or like because I'm just boring to listen to. I'm not sure what that was about. But no doubt, like, some of you out there are probably glad to see me meet with such unfortunate results. I mean, some of you out there probably don't give a shit. I mean, that's kind of like me. I'm not really a jealous person. But I'm certainly going to hope that this is actually going to be something good. There we go! There we go, that's what I wanted. Alright. Not bad. I mean, not the best, but not bad. Okay, damage report, 320 tickets. Alright, so I mean, it could still have been worse, actually. 320 tickets and 5k. Say the random 5k. Okay, that's yeah, that's fine. I guess that's on the upper boundaries of acceptable. Back when EXs were a thing before LDs came out, when it was like all single EX banners, I used to think 300 for a weapon was like the average. If I got it in less than that, then great, and if I got it in more than that, then it kind of sucks. So I think that was like 70% chance to pull in about 300 tickets. So that was kind of like, that was my benchmark, you know what I mean? So it was over 300, but it's fine. Although I think this definitely solidifies for me that I am going to skip Camelot and I'm going to skip Reno. Now I have to make my mind up what I'm doing about Sephiroth. I really think I'm going to skip Seth until he gets his rework, like in the JP version. But then I'm kind of like, I need Rude, but I don't know if I need Kieran. I want Kieran, but it depends what my tickets are doing. And I guess I'll pull with gems on Rude. And Kieran, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's been my pulls for Gladio. Finally, we are out of here. I have the LD. Time to get this beautiful man set up, and time to run one of the teams in Lufenia that I have been wanting to run for a very, very, very long time. I've been really curious about a certain combination of characters, and you're going to see me run the Luffy with them. So I guess I will see you all in that video. I hope you all had some fantastic luck. I hope you did better than I did, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.